Hello friends, and welcome back to part 2 of this exciting workshop. If you've made it here, I know that you are serious about creating digital products that not only sell, but truly stand out in their market, especially the Etsy market. So in part 1, we explored how to research a high demand niche and then design a stunning custom wedding sign. Now today, we are going to take things to the next level. But before we dive in, if you haven't watched part 1 yet, I would highly recommend going back and checking that one out first, as in it I walk you through the foundation of this entire process. So how to research the market, find inspiration, and then actually create the design step by step using Kittl. You'll get so much more value out of this video if you've already seen part 1, so be sure to go ahead and start there if you haven't. So I know how easy it is to get stuck in the what ifs when you're creating something new. What if it's no good? What happens if my design's not good enough? What happens if no one buys? But here's the thing, I've been where you are, and I can tell you that the difference between a what if and success is simply taking that next step. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Now, just quickly, if we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Alicia, and I've built multiple Etsy shops and a personal brand helping creators just like you turn your ideas into thriving digital products. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the steps to bring your design to life. We'll create professional mock-ups, craft an optimized Etsy listing, and then set up a smooth order fulfillment process so you're not left in the dark and you know exactly what to do next. These are the steps that will turn your idea into a polished, sellable product that your customers are going to love. And again, be sure to stick with me until the end because I'll be sharing with you how you can grab the complete breakdown of all of the steps in video 1 and video 2 in a handy document. Plus, I have an exclusive discount code so that you can try Kittl out for yourself. This is one of my favorite design tools that will help you start creating today. Now, this is your time to get out of the what if mindset and into the let's do this zone. So if you're ready to take your product idea and turn it into something amazing, let's go ahead and dive on in. Okay, my friend, let's go ahead and talk about mock-ups because let's be real, a strong visual can completely make or break a sale. Your images are your customer's first impression, so they really need to show off your product in the best possible light. Kittl has a fantastic built-in mock-up generator that's perfect for creating quick professional visuals. But if you're creating in something like the wedding niche, which thrives on elegance and finer details, I would highly recommend checking out mock-up templates from Creative Fabrica. Now, these templates will let you showcase your design in stunning real-life settings like a wedding bar or a reception area, helping your customers instantly picture how your product will fit into their big day. And the best part, because these are mostly PNG images, you can import these mock-ups into Kittl and then use their robust image customization tools to tweak everything until it looks just right. It's a simple way to take your visuals to the next level. Now, when it comes to listing images, make sure to highlight all the personalization options. Be sure to include close-ups of the pet portrait, the drink names, the cocktail clip art, and any other custom details that you've included. These little details are what will truly set your product apart, and they will help potential customers understand the design process and see how their own personalization will look and picture your product as part of their big day. Okay, my friends, so now let's jump on over to Kittl and I'll walk you through exactly how to create your mock-ups and your Etsy listing images overall, step by step.
Okay, so now that we have created our final design, let's go ahead and see how we can make some mock-up images for our Etsy listing. So in order to do that with Kittl, you've got a couple of different options. You can actually use their mock-up generator within Kittl itself, or you can use external mock-ups like images that you find from Creative Fabrica and then import them into Kittl to use within your Etsy listing image templates. So let me share with you how you can create the mock-up images using Kittl. So to do that, there's a handy mock-up feature button right at the top here. So go ahead and click on that. It's going to open up a brand new screen. So what we want to do is we want to select the artboard that we want to use for our mock-up. So the artboard is artboard 4. Go to create mock-up. And then here we can actually select all of the mockups within Kittl. So they've got a whole range of different mockups. They don't have a lot in the sense of posters and specific for wedding, like with wedding decorations, but they do have a couple of different options. So what you can do is you can do something like shop signs. I know that it's, a little bit more outdoorsy and grungy, but you can use that. You can also use, I think they've got like a poster option. So here we can use poster. So if we go to see all, you could perhaps use a couple of these different options, maybe something like this, or even this, or let's scroll down, something like this would work well. So just have a look at the different options here. So just have a look and see what they've got available. Another thing that you can do is go to, if we scroll down, if I put in frame. So here are some different frame options that would probably work really well. So you could select something like this, or something very plain like this, or like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to select this one here. So let's go ahead and select this custom mockup. And then automatically Kittl's going to like edit your design so that it kind of has like a transparent background. So if you scroll in, if we scroll in here and I like kind of, can you see how that's kind of going inside of the frame? So it automatically does it for you. So let's go ahead and scroll up, and I love the shadow effect that it puts here. So let's go ahead and adjust the size of that. So we could do something like that. That looks really good. So scroll out and have a look at what that looks like. You might want to make it a little bit smaller to fit within the frame itself. Perfect. And here we have a square ratio mockup, pretty much ready to add to your Etsy listing images. So when you're happy with that, all you need to do is go ahead and click download mockup, and then it's going to download that to your computer, where you can then go ahead and then re-upload that into another Kittl design. Now, if you wanted to use custom mockups, within the documentation that I have provided in the description box below, if you scroll down to here to step 3, where we are creating our mockups, I have a link here for a sign within Creative Fabrica, so a wedding sign mockup, which has a really great look to it, is perfect for a wedding. So just go ahead and click on that, and it's going to open up in a new tab this actual mockup, so you've got easy access to it. So this is what I'm talking about. So you can see that this got more of a a wedding vibe for it. So when you're happy with the way that that looks, I think they've got like a few different ones that look similar to this. All you need to do is go to download, and then once that's downloaded to your computer, again, just upload that to your Etsy listing template within Kittl, and then use that for your mockup design. Okay, so now let's create our listing images using these mockups that we've created, and also some other elements that we would need to include in our Etsy listing images. So to do that, again, you just want to go to add new project. For this, I'm going to use a 2000 by 2000 pixel image. The resolution here doesn't really matter too much. I would leave it at 72. That's fine. So 2000 by 2000. I'm going to go create. Let's title this Etsy listing images. Very good. So again, what I would do is I would create a few different artboards. So I'm going to select that one and I'm going to duplicate. Let's just do 3 for now. So the very first image, I'm going to bring in that mock-up image that I just downloaded from Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to upload it here within our uploads. Okay, so I've got my image here. I'm going to select that. I'm going to resize it. I'm going to go back to my design of my actual wedding sign here, and I'm going to save this as a PNG. So go to download, go to artboard number 4. Don't worry about removing the background. Let's leave that as is and go to download. And now we're going to download this as an image that we can upload to our mockups. So let's go back to our Etsy listing images. Here I'm going to upload that image. Okay, I'm just going to pop that straight in here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll in. Now, the thing that you're probably going to note here is that when you are selecting things like these mockups, the actual mockup size itself might not suit your design. So that's something that you want to think about if you are playing around with colors and borders and things like that. If you didn't have any borders or a background color, then this will probably work well. But what you could do in order to combat that issue is actually manipulate the mock-up image itself. So perhaps you could make it a bit more narrow. So to do that, you could go to, so we can go aspect ratio. So let's unlock that. And then we should be able to reduce the width. There we go. Maybe a bit more. There we are. Let's scroll in and see how that looks. Maybe we can just bring that out a little bit like so. There we go. Okay, great. That looks good. Select both of those, make it a bit bigger. Okay, so this could potentially be your mock-up image, so your first thumbnail image for your design. What I would do on here is I would add some text like customizable, or add it in your own pet portraits. So perhaps go back to some of those Etsy listing images that we had a look at in our research. So let's say, so this one, for example, so custom made 1 to 2 days, includes 2 pets. So perhaps you could add in some information like that. So let's say we wanted to add in that. So go back, go ahead to elements, select the circle. Using your branding, so your brand fonts and colors, you would add in some information here. Go to add headline. Let's use the same font that we've got here. And we want to reduce the line height to, let's say 20, maybe even 10. Change the color. You can perhaps pick out a color from your design and then drag that up. Very good. And maybe you can copy that. Or maybe down here to this side. You could add in. So you want to highlight something, highlight the customization of this. That way it makes it really clear what your customer is getting when they make a purchase. So I'm going to just group these. Maybe pop this down here. Group those so they're easy to move around. Fantastic. Okay, something like that. Okay. Then with the other Etsy listing images that you are creating, what you want to do with these is you want to add in information about the drinks that they can select. So what I would do is I would use one of these to highlight all of the drinks. So I'm going to copy and paste that. Let's get rid of, so ungroup. We're going to change the color of this to black, and we're going to list out choose from the cocktails below. And then here is where you're going to list out all of the cocktails and then have maybe like an ABCD or like a number format so that your customers can choose which cocktail that they would like with their drinks. So then what I would do is I would go back to our uploads, go back to all of our cocktails here. So I would go and select all of these, so that all the 20 that you would have created. So I would have them listed out here or shown here. So you get the idea. And then under each one, I would have a number and then maybe the name of each cocktail, so people get an idea of what they look like and what they are, because some people might not know what kind of cocktails these are or the names of them. So being specific and descriptive with the cocktails will be really helpful for your customers. So then I would go ahead and just add in cocktail name and then the number like that, and then have that under each one. Okay, so copy and paste. Okay, so then your customers can choose which cocktail they want on their design. And then what I would do is I would definitely give an example of what their pet portraits could look like when they are designed by you. So what I would do is I would have like a before and after. So again, just copying this heading. Let's take it over the way over here. And we want to say here, custom watercolor pet portraits. Very good. And then what I would do is those images that you saved from Kittl, those original images, I would probably pop those in. So I'm going to go ahead and upload those now. Okay, so I've got this pet. And then maybe you could, do a design like a Polaroid, or maybe like a frame, frame. Change up the colors if you like. Make sure that these are matching your brand colors. I want this to be at the front, so to front. Because we want to highlight what we can do with their portrait. Okay, and then you would add in details like send in your image and we'll create a watercolor effect of your portrait. So you want to add as much descriptive information as possible. And then you would also want to add in another image, and this one would be the instructions. So instructions on how to order. And then here is where you're going to list out all of the instructions of how your customer can place an order for their custom wedding sign. Okay. Again, you can add in another mock-up. So go ahead, add in the mock-up that we created. So let's go to uploads, and here we created this custom mock-up. So anytime that you can add in realistic images of what your customer will be getting is always a great way to showcase what you've designed and what you can design, so that way your customers can really envision exactly what they're going to get and how it would look like for them and their details. Okay, once you're happy with all of your Etsy listing images, try and create up to 10 of these to showcase your amazing unique designs. All you need to do is go ahead and download these as PNGs. So go to all artboards, go to PNG, and then download, and then you have your Etsy listing images and mockups all ready to go and list to Etsy.
Okay, so now that your visuals are looking chef's kiss, it's time to create your Etsy listing. So this is where all that hard work that you've done over the past few steps with your design and your mockups, it actually is going to pay off. So let's go ahead and break it down step by step to ensure that your listing stands out and sets you up for success and plenty of sales. Okay, so first up, your title is one of the first things that potential customers will see, apart from the images, of course. So it really needs to grab their attention and include keywords that will help your customers find the listing. So start with something like custom wedding bar sign with pet portraits, personalize his and her signature drinks, printable wedding decor, things like that, okay? So the goal here is to be specific, descriptive, and keyword rich so that your product appears in relevant searches. Okay, on to step 2. So this is writing a detailed product description. So the description of your Etsy listing is your chance to sell the experience of your product and really explain all those finer details that your customers will need. And it also explains exactly what your customers are going to get. So it, prevents all those Q&As back and forth with your customer. So start by painting a picture of how your sign will add a special personal touch to their wedding and highlight how unique it is to include their beloved pets and custom drink details. And then go ahead and break down the customization options so that it's crystal clear on how they can personalize their order. So here's an example. So you would put like pet 1, choose a drink clip art, provide the name of the drink, and then share the pet's name or description. So for example, the Bella Margarita, a playful pup with a lime twist. Next would be the couple's names, so add their names to the design for that extra personal touch. include the wedding date, and then also let them pick what size they would like. So perhaps you could do different sizes all the way up to 24 inches by 36 inches. Make sure that they include their email address if you are going to be sending it via email as well, okay? Now be sure to explain how easy it is for them to customize and how these details will make their design truly one of a kind. Okay, so for step 3, make sure to include those personalization instructions, because you want to make it super simple for your customers to send in their details. So include a section in your description that says something like, with a title that says how to personalize your order, and then give all the details about what they need to do after they make the purchase. Okay, so things like message me via Etsy messages or email. Make sure to include your pet portraits, so PNGs of your pets, the drink details, the couple's names, the wedding date, and then of course the size as well, okay? So be sure to include all of these as the personalization settings for your listing. Also, make sure to be transparent about the delivery time. So customers will appreciate knowing exactly when they'll receive the digital file. So clearly outline your process time and when they can expect to get their custom file. So for example, you could write something like, once we've received all of your customization details, your personalized wedding bar sign will be ready within 2 to 3 business days, something like that. And then you could say, we'll send the file directly to your email or via Etsy messages. It's up to you. You also want to include what formats you're going to be sending it. Are you going to be sending it in PNG, PDF, or JPEG, okay? And of course, you want to be including all of those Etsy listing images that you created. So upload the mockups and the listing images that you created earlier, and make sure that your first image is a strong hero shot that immediately grabs the attention of your customer. In the next step, you want to include relevant tags and keywords. So in your Etsy listing settings, make sure that you add relevant tags and keywords based on your market research, and include phrases that your customers are actually looking for. You could include tags like custom wedding sign, pet portrait, wedding decor, his and hers drinks or signature drinks sign, printable wedding bar sign, and so on and so forth. Okay, so make sure that you're doing your research to make sure that you're using all of those tags. And make sure you add in the price of how much you're going to charge, and then it's just as simple as publishing your listing. Okay, my friends, so now that we've covered all the steps, let's talk about how you can fulfill these orders once they start coming in, because as we know, we're going to be making them as the orders come in because they are custom. So once your orders start rolling in, it's time to deliver an absolutely amazing experience for your customers. So here's a simple step-by-step process to ensure that everything runs smoothly. So first, you want to gather all of the customization details. So when a customer places an order, check their personalization request to ensure that you've received all the necessary details. So these are going to include, obviously, the pet portrait, the drink details, the name of the couple, the dates, all of those, okay? So make sure that you've got all of those before you start customizing your design. And if any details are missing, just send a customer a polite message requesting the missing information to avoid any delays. Okay, so with all of these details ready, go ahead and open up your saved Kittl design, so the template that you created. So this is where the customization magic happens. I would recommend making a duplicate copy of the file so that you can start fresh. So you want to update the pet portrait by replacing the placeholder image with the customer's provided portrait. Make sure to go through and use Be Funky if you're doing that. Add or tweak the drink names, clip art, and descriptions to match their preferences, and then edit the couple's names and wedding date. Adjust the colors or layouts if needed to fit the customer's request. Once the design is all customized, make sure to double check all the information to make sure that all the details are right, and just pay close attention to things like spelling and formatting, and the names and drinks and all of that sort of stuff. The best thing to do here is just to copy and paste directly from what your customers sent through to you, okay? Next, you want to export the final file. So you'll want to export the completed design in high quality formats such as PNG, PDF, and then JPEG. You could do either of those, or you could do all three. And be sure to set the DPI to 300 for print ready quality, especially since these designs are again going to be printed on large scale. go ahead and send the finalized file through Etsy message or via email, and include a friendly note to make sure that your customer knows exactly what they're getting. So you could write something like, your custom wedding bar sign is ready. I've attached your file in PNG, PDF, and JPEG so that you can choose the best option for printing, okay? And also mention that if they have any issues, for them to reach out to you. If you want, you can follow up with a thank you message. So a few days after delivering the file, be sure to send a quick follow-up message to check in and thank the customer for their order. Okay, my friends, so by following this step-by-step process, you'll provide a seamless professional experience for your customers, helping you really stand out and build a loyal customer base. Okay, my friends, so there we have it. In this two-part workshop, we've gone from brainstorming and designing a custom wedding sign to creating professional mock-ups and images, setting up your Etsy listings, and learning how to fulfill orders seamlessly. Okay, my friends, so if you are ready to start creating and selling your own custom wedding signs or any other digital product, you can try out Kittl today and take advantage of my very special discount. So use the link in the description box below with my code AliciaYT, so that's ALICIAYT, all one word, to get 25% off your first month or first year on all paid plans. You'll find all the details in the description of this video, so go ahead and check it out. And just a reminder, I've also put together a full breakdown of all the steps we've covered in this workshop. So that's part 1 and 2 in a very handy document for you. So if you'd like to go ahead and grab this document to help you stay organized and on track, you'll find the link in the description box below. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and let me know in the comment section below. And feel free to let me know what product ideas or niches that you would like me to cover next. Happy creating, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.